What it is, this is Samuel Kunkel, or the Sam.R.I, and I'm going to be talking to you about a couple stories of the Halloween costumes that I have done over the years. The Halloween costumes I used to do are all from TV shows or from movies. And people know me from this costume. Yes, I dressed up as a crackhead named Tyrone Biggums, played by Dave Chappelle. Now, the story behind that costume is I've always wanted to do that at the age of 16. But here's how the costume was actually going to really be. See, the costume was actually going to be completely off, where it was just going to be like a brown jacket and just a regular baseball hat and then powder on my lips. But I had to think about that. I had to think about that because I didn't want to go to the principal's office and them having the deans call my parents and asking them, it's like, is this what you're teaching your son? So I had to put that costume idea on hold. So fast forward it 8 years, and I became Tyrone Biggums. Got entered in a Halloween costume contest, but I lost. No big deal. But I was just happy that the fact that people knew who I was. And honestly, I had so much fun with it. I remember going to the booty bash. I took a lot of pictures with people. Now, when I first did that, I did tell a lot of people that I was going to be this character for Halloween. And I remember bringing one of my friends over to my house. And I showed him my costume. And this was honestly like the first time that I have ever shown somebody my costume. And when he saw it, he busted out laughing. And if he's watching, then he knows the whole story behind it. The first time I posted up that Tyrone Biggums picture, I got about like 50 likes. And to me, I thought that was really awesome, in my opinion. Even though I didn't win the costume contest, it honestly didn't matter. I mean, I had people come up to me who knew who my character was. So that was all that really mattered to me. So fast forward it 1 year, it's the year 2013. I had a friend of mine who gave me like a fake stick-on mustache. And I didn't know what to do with it at the time. So I just kind of like threw it on. And I had a little Halloween party at my house. And one of my friends actually suggested that I should dress up as Cleveland Brown. Once the party ended that same night, I thought about it and I was like, that's actually a really good idea. And all I just had to do was go down to Champs and just buy a yellow shirt. And I didn't go out that night. I just stayed at home, so I decided to post up a picture from my house and say, this is my 2013 Halloween costume, and it looks like this. So, notice how I didn't put any effort or thought into that? It was one of those rabbit out the hat type of costumes. Now, when I posted that up on Facebook, I had about 120 likes, and that was honestly like the highest I have ever hit on Facebook. I have never hit past 100. And it's a shame that I didn't go out that night, because honestly I would have gotten so many laughs of people who would actually know who I was, that is. So fast forward it 1 more year, so we hit 2014. Now, I'm thinking, what's a costume that is going to beat Cleveland Brown? And I really had to put some thought into it. Now, the costume idea that I had for that one was actually going to be Blade at that time. And I really wanted to be Blade. I still want to be Blade to this day. And I looked up this costume. I was looking at the boots, the trench coat, the haircut, the whole nine. Everything with it. Because I wanted to be full detailed as Blade. And I honestly could have pulled this off. So, as I'm looking up this costume, I realized that it is just way, way, way too expensive for me to do. So, I had to come up with a plan B. Now, the plan B, now the story behind that one was, everybody knows that I dressed up as Ed from Good Burger. And, the story behind that is I remember being so stressed out because I couldn't think of a costume in time, and then I just remember watching Good Burger off of Netflix, and I paused it once he said his line in the very beginning of the movie. And I paused that for about 7 minutes, and I'm looking at that. I was just like, I could totally pull that off. And it only cost me about like $9. I just had to go to Goodwill, buy the pants, the shirt I have already had, and I just drew on lines. And you guys are actually going to laugh at this, but like the braids, the French braids that he had was actually my mom's braids because she was taking them out. She was going to redo her hair. And I was like, hey, Mom, keep those because I might need them for a Halloween costume because I have a really good idea. And I never told anybody about this costume. Nobody. So nobody knew at all. And I remember making a big announcement saying, hey, stay tuned on your Facebooks because I will be revealing my costume tonight. And the costume looks like this. Now, when I posted up that picture, I even busted out laughing because I thought it was either ridiculous or the funniest thing that I have ever done. And the moment that I posted that up, that one really blew up my Facebook. And I remember going to the Carlin dressed up as Ed. And Kyle Palmer comes up to me and he just immediately starts busting out laughing. And the best part about doing that costume was everybody, and I literally mean everybody, knew who I was. And I had people come up to me, they were like, oh my God, you made my childhood awesome. And that, honestly, to hear that made my night. And then I got entered in that costume contest. And I won. I won $500. And honestly, I didn't even think I was going to win. Then I do that costume again on Halloween Day. And I go to the island. And I remember one of the announcers, he was on the microphone, was like, well, guy dressed up as Good Burger, please come up on stage. And I went up, and I at first I thought I was in trouble, because I probably did something wrong. And then he comes up to me, and he's like, you just won $50 for the best costume. I was like, really? And honestly, I was not even trying. I was not trying, because here's the thing about me, I was just people watching. But they honestly did love my costume. And now, we get into this year's Halloween costume. Now, this year's Halloween costume, it's from a 90s movie. A bit dark, full of drama, and yeah, a bit dark and full of drama. That's all I can basically describe it. But the character that I will be for Halloween is